Hey everybody, so we've got some signing news to talk about that just dropped this afternoon, and it involves the Tampa Bay Lightning. They have re-signed defenseman Erik Cernak to a 3-year deal worth $2.95 million per season, and signed Jan Rutta, coming back to Tampa Bay on a 2-year deal worth $1.3 million per season. So obviously, Cernak was one of the big RFAs that Tampa Bay needed to get signed, and he is now signed along with Sergachev. That leaves Anthony Cirelli as the last of the big RFAs that they needed to sign, and Jan Rutta, veteran depth defenseman as well. He gets added back onto the roster. He was on the team last year as well, and that's an interesting move because Tampa, and we're going to talk about their cap situation in just a second, Tampa is up against it cap-wise, and I'm really surprised that they would spend $1.3 million on Rutta, who's kind of a number 8-9 or number 7-8 type guy, in a situation where they're in with the salary cap. So that move is a little shocking to me. Cernak, we knew that they were going to try and keep, but this puts them in a very difficult cap situation now, and they are certainly not done. So let's take Let's take a look here at what we've got with the Tampa Bay Lightning's cap situation. $87.6 million, the projected cap hit now for the Lightning. $6.15 million over the salary cap. And Anthony Cirelli still right here not signed. This is not good. This is big, big trouble here for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Someone is getting traded. And honestly, when you add what Cirelli's going to be making, if they can somehow re-sign him, to that, more than one person is getting traded if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning. Multiple players need to be traded to open up the cap space to sign Cirelli and keep Sergachev and Cernak, these guys that they've just re-signed, and Rutta. And I mean, this is salary cap hell right here. Now, there has been a lot of talks about Nikita Kucherov starting the season on LTIR. There's a chance that he's injured. He won't be able to start the season. They can put him on LTIR. That is all well and good to start the season, and that $9.5 million it does count against the cap, but they're allowed to go over the cap, whatever they need, up to $9.5 million. As long as Kucherov's in LTIR, they've got another $9.5 million opened up. That's all well and good until Nikita Kucherov comes back. And while I've heard a lot about him potentially starting the year on LTIR, I haven't heard anything about him missing the entire season. So what the heck are they going to do when Kucherov's ready to come off IR and they're like $9 million over the cap space, and then over the cap all of a sudden? This is absolute cap hell for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they are not done making moves. Their offseason is far, far, far from over in Tampa Bay, and you just have to look at their cap-friendly page to understand why. They are massively over the cap. So, I don't know what their plan is. I don't know what they're going to do, but they are massively over the cap. They're over $6 million over without signing Cirelli. They can't even sign Cirelli until they get rid of somebody because they're so much over the cap that they're over the off-season threshold, which is 10% higher than what the cap normally is. They're already almost over the off-season threshold. So unless they think they're getting Anthony Cirelli at $1 million per season, which obviously isn't happening, he's going to be making at least $4.5, probably over $5 per year. Unless they don't have room for Cirelli, and I don't know what's going to happen, how they're going to get themselves out of this, but they have a lot left to do before the start of the regular season just to become cap compliant, because they are not even close right now. So, again, even if Kucherov starts on LTIR, okay, then you're good at the start of the season. But what are you going to do when he comes back? You can't have him coming back mid-season and all of a sudden have to dump almost $9 million in salary. It might even be more than that if you add in what Cirelli's probably going to be making. Let's say he signs for $4 million. Let's say he takes a team-friendly deal and signs for $4 million per year. That would then put you at $10 million over the cap right there. You're in big trouble if you're the Lightning. This is going to be a really interesting situation to see how Julien Brisebois handles this and gets them out of it. I don't understand the Rutta signing, because that's just $1.3 million in cap space you just spent that you did not need to spend. Obviously Cernak they wanted to bring back. He's in their top 6. He's a regular player for them. Rutta is not, and I just don't understand that. I would have thought they would have gone looking for, just hoped that a younger guy from the AHL would be able to be called up and at least play bottom pair minutes if they needed that. But I don't know what's going to happen here. This is going to be a really interesting situation to follow and see how this works out between now and the beginning of training camp, and then through certainly before the beginning of the regular season on the 13th. Tampa has got to find a way to get under the cap. I don't think there are teams out there looking to do them any favors as far as taking on any of those big contracts. A bunch of their guys have no movement clauses or no trade clauses in some way. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see what the Lightning do. But they've got Cernak re-signed. They got Sergachev re-signed. They don't have Cirelli re-signed yet, and they are massively over the cap. So still a lot of work to be done in Tampa Bay, and we'll see how they're able to get themselves out of it. But with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon merchandise store and donation link down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.